Stop right there. If you haven't played Tiny Glade yet, please go play it. Right now it's on discount because it was just released, so I'd say it's very worth it to check it out. I'm going to be showing my world, but playing the game and seeing the game aren't the same thing. I'm going to read a review I wrote about the game, and if you decide to keep watching rather than playing, then thanks for your company. Anyway, here's the review. Very few games can hook me from less than an hour demo. I felt the same feeling when I played the Undertale demo, that tinkling sensation of excitement which screams out, I need the full experience now. None have done that with a tech demo post online. This game did that with a simple post online. I just finished my first session of what I expect to be many playing this game, and I can say without a doubt that this is a must play. After 8.7 hours playing this game, I can confidently say that the pacing will find you. This game is rife with little aha moments, which make so many games amazing, but even better as the only thing pushing you to those moments is the sheer will of creativity. There are minor things which I think could improve the game in the future, like tweaks to the color wheel, maybe a bit more variations to the music as I found myself going a little nuts from it. As many others have said, increase the map size, the ability to change the season mid-game, and the ability to cut buildings as you could walls, but these are things that can mostly be worked around. I'm excited to see where things will go. Yet I must recommend the game for its amazing style, attention to detail, sound design, from where it stands off launch. 9 out of 10, heartily recommend. Extremely solid game that inspires creativity and excitement for creativity. You're still here? Thanks for watching and enjoy the video. I don't think I introduced myself. Hi, I'm Typical Liam. Yeah, this is a world tour. I made this entire world in Tiny Glade in one sitting, and that sitting was 9 hours long. Anyway, my original idea when I was making this was like sort of a medieval castle with a touch of whimsy and fantasy, because I'm playing a game. Why would I want to be like rooted in reality? I just want to have a little bit of fun. And I think it came out pretty well, so I'm just going to show it off today. Right now we're in the less developed area. You can tell that because of the small houses with little else than windows and chimneys. Not that there's much else to have, but yeah. Also, just little tip. If you're new to the game and you want to learn how to like some little tips and tricks for when you're spectating and stuff, if you go into the walking mode and you press E or Q, then you walk faster. Which is really helpful. And if you press control, then you can go into ghost mode, which can be pretty helpful if you want to go through a building, or if you want to go through a door that isn't like one of these doors, which is made from a wall touching a path block. I don't remember what you call it, just a path? I don't know. So right now we're in the less developed area. Let's just look around. We got these small little houses, we got little ruins. That's really what makes this area the less developed one. You got a lot more ruins. I think there's one, yeah, there it is. There's one right here, and another one right over here. And I don't know if I have many others, but that's fine. This is the church. It's not like the best there could be. I don't even think it's half of the best there can be, but this is the most basic I could go with the church, I think. I guess I could have removed the windows on the side. This is their graveyard. Shouldn't trample over it. I wanted to also make it look a little bit ruined, but it is what it is. If we just go over the water here, we have more of this area that's very similar to everything else. One of the things I focused on a lot when I was making this is how the sight lines work when you're walking through it in first person. So if you go over here, you can see the barracks from over here. And yeah, I think it really shows off that well. Also, if you go over here, let me just run on over here, not press S by accident. You can see the first archway bridge that I made. I don't know if it's the best that there could be. I, in fact, actually do know that it's not the best that there could be, because I saw some amazing stuff on the workshop, or the community page or whatever. And I think it came off pretty well, but I think it could do with a little bit of improvement. But we'll get back to that. You can get another sight line here, the city right over there. If you just zoom in a little bit, that's how the city looks. And this is still the barracks. One of the things I was thinking about when I was making the entire city castle area is how it would be if it was defending from a siege or something, how well it could defend itself. And I think it came out with like a very naturalistic look about itself. Obviously, again, inspired, not in actuality. I don't think that any castle could really be produced like this because, first of all, I don't think it follows gravity. And also, I think it would be insanely expensive. But who knows? I know there's some examples out there that probably defy me, but you know, I'd say the general rule is it wouldn't be like this. This is a pub. It's a little pub. It's a little pub. The lavender sign is the sign of the city. We'll get back to that. I'll explain some more. Also, in this little corner over here, behind the woods, it's a creepy little hut. Creepy little huts that I designed to be little and creepy. It's sort of based off of the Baba Yaga shack, which is supposed to be crawling around. I don't think it really came out like that, but I do like how creepy it is. It gets really dark over here. In fact, it gets so dark that you can't even see the door, and I really like that. And if I turn it to nighttime, then all the lights slowly come on, which I think is more eerie, because when it's daytime and the lights are off, it just sort of looks like an abandoned shack. And I think that's what makes it really eerie. It's like seeing the lights slowly come on. Let me get back to that nice like camera morning. I really like dawn and dusk because I think they both make everything so much more picturesque. Anyway, let's go back past this pub, and we'll go to the first of several defenses. You have to cross the water. The entire area around the castle is covered by water, and if you somehow get past all the water, then you have massive cliffs that you have to climb. That's so very unfortunate for you. So don't try to siege my place because you will have an unfortunate time. I don't know what is going on here. I'm gonna just assume that's some woodland. Anyway, back to what I was doing. Yes, you have to go over a bridge if you're just gonna go through the pathway. By this time, I'm sure that the soldiers in the barrack would have seen you. This is all me using my imagination. When I was streaming myself playing this to my girlfriend and some others, people who would hop in and out, I was constantly receiving the things, no one's gonna siege your castle, and I'm saying, okay, I'm playing a game, I'm using my imagination, let me do that and let me have some fun. And I did. I definitely had some fun. Anyway, so go through this water tower, and these two buildings are some of the best buildings that I'm like most proud of for just basic buildings. I think these two I probably put the most work into. This one, simply because I wanted this little overhang thing. I saw in an update patch that they're gonna have in beta that they're gonna add railings for doors that you can add, but it doesn't really look like this. I think the only thing I don't like about it is that these struts clip into the door, but I can't really do anything about that. Trust me, I've tried. This here may look like a normal unassuming house, but it's actually a boathouse. And if you come on over or across the side, then bam, you get a little area that you can set your boat down and take off and get the good views of the castle areas and wave hi to the soldiers and, I don't know, get cursed from Baba Yaga over there. And I think that boathouse came out pretty well. It's really picturesque, and you'll see it from other angles, which I think make it look really picturesque as well. I think there may be a sheep around here somewhere. I think there's 3 when you start off. I have 2 somewhere, but I lost the third one, and I don't know where it went. Regardless, let's go back through here. This is another one of those bridges. I think they're very cute additions, and if you don't like them, then deal with it. At this point, the houses start getting significantly bigger. I really want them to be bigger before you go into the castle walls, because I think it will make the scale all sort of seem more impressive when you get up to the castle. Sorry, not the castle, the keep. 2 different things. This here is a blacksmith. I don't know if it reads as blacksmith. Tell me in the comments if you think it does. I like to think it does, and you know, power of imagination, anything can be what I want it to be. So it's a blacksmith, so deal with it. Again, sightlines. Over here, I think you get a really good view of the barracks, and I think it honestly is almost picturesque. Like, being framed by the trees. You get the little boathouse in the foreground. You get some layers and stuff. You get the walls even closer, and then you get the barracks in the background. And I think it's a very gorgeous build. The one thing I don't like about this build overall, like this whole world, is that you don't really get some fantastic views of the keep. Just down here, we get some more sort of middle class, I guess you would call it, working class, more well developed. Why am I walking? Oh yeah, because E and Q walk you forward and backward. Yeah, so these would be a lot bigger and stuff like that. But I've just talked about it. Let's just go through this bridge. I think this is the first bridge that is actually made of stone. I'm not sure about that. But I just wanted to give the first sort of note that things are starting to get better defended. The second would be these little arrow murder holes here, which you're going to see frequently around the build. It's going to be in a lot of the walls and stuff. And if we just go through this gatehouse, bam, you're stuck in a big murder corridor. And I designed a lot of this castle to be sort of modular. So say they come in here and they take this area over and they try to take over this wall, and they think, oh man, we're going to take over this wall and suddenly we can take over the rest of the city. You're wrong. Error. You can only take over this gatehouse, and then you're sort of locked off unless you can somehow, I don't know, parkour around the building, crawl up the walls or something. And I mean, you kind of deserve the castle at that point. And again, lavender is the sign of the city. I really focused on what symbols I was using on the flags when you go through the city, and also the color. This is the color of the kingdom, I guess. And you'll see a lot more of that as we go on. This is the first side of the city. So you walk in, and oh my goodness, you already feel like a little bit more claustrophobic, a little bit more closed in. Down here is their watering hole if they need water. This is actually where I started the build. I wanted to build a well. I don't think they have them in the game yet. I also wanted to raise the water. I don't think they have that functionality in the game yet. Functionality. I just realized my clock thing's on. And yeah, I really like how it looks coming in because it all feels like an actual city, you know, sort of rising over you. This is a house here, I think. I don't know where the door went. It might have disappeared when I moved the house. We also have some greenery here, and you can get a little bit of a view of like the city from below up here. I kind of like that view. And then over here to the left, this is a granary. Doesn't look like a granary, but it's cold and it's where they keep their grains. So deal with that, I guess. This is a little courtyard. I think it's a very cute little picturesque courtyard. If I turn that thing back on, the entire city is designed with 2 frames in mind. Oh my goodness, where have I gone? The entire city is designed with 2 frames of mind, what it looks like during the day and how it looks at night. So you'll see a lot of lamps everywhere. I honestly think having designed it with both of those frames in mind, it significantly increases my enjoyment of this little diorama area, because you come back at night and it's like it gets a whole second breath of life. One of the other things that's really cool about this area is that building right there, that's right over the top. Let me turn it back to day because I don't really like it at night. I mean, I think it looks neat at night, but it's not the sole purpose of this like place, not how it's supposed to look natively. Anyway, this building up top, if you look through this window, I think it's a really nice view of the barracks again. You get a lot of views of the barracks. It's kind of what the base is designed around, rather than the keep being the thing that it's designed around. Because if you have a thing designed around the keep, I mean, it's gonna be pretty easy for them to get to you. But yeah, you get a nice little view of the barracks, and I really like this view. You also get a nice view of like the other buildings around the area. Sorry, I'm kind of messing with the field of view a little bit too much with the bloom. Anyway, let's get back out of here. I don't even know why that doesn't clip. Don't ask me. Anyway, down this way, you get the second 2 courtyards. I don't know if you get many other courtyards, but I really like these areas. Even at night, I'm not going to turn it to night this time. If you want it at night, just let me know in the comments. Again, these murder holes are everywhere. So if this place was getting sieged, then there would be shots spewing from every left, right, and center, and I'd be shocked if they could get that far in. My voice is super raw, by the way, so if I sound super strange compared to my other videos, if you're a regular viewer, which you probably won't be, but if you are, I apologize. I've been talking a lot today, and it's very late at night. But yeah, this is our little courtyard. Super cute. I will actually turn it to night. I tricked you. Here's how it looks at nighttime. I really, 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 really like it. I think it's so cute. Even over here, it's super cute. I will not continue to do this. I'm gonna turn that thing off, and I'm gonna pretend that it doesn't exist anymore, and we'll have to deal with that like that. Okay, it's gonna be some miscellaneous daytime. Over here is, I think, maybe the second or third arch I made. Making arches is actually kind of hard for me, and I don't know technically what is the best path to do it so that they all look really nice. But I kind of like how this one came out. We also have the city colors here and the city flags again. And I think maybe this is the only major weakness, is that say all of those buildings are connected. If you go through this house, there's still areas where they could defend from, but you can take control of this area here and these two towers for the gatehouses here. But that's all you're going to, because this isn't connected to anything. You fool! You absolute fool! You absolute bimbo! You're not going anywhere else, buckaroo. In fact, you might come out here, get pew-pewed from that area there. And if you don't decide to do any of that, and you just decide to push through the path, you're staring the barracks directly in the eye. The very beautiful barrack... the very beautiful barracks right in the eye. This is, again, one of my favorite views. There's a lot of good views around this area, in my opinion. I mean, I don't think this is the best builds I've even seen in Tiny Glade. In fact, I think some of you guys might make builds better than mine, but I spent a lot of time on this, and I like the views. And you get a nice little view of the boathouse from here, and the barracks like right next to each other. That's so cool. Yeah. Second view of the first arches I made with the bridge. This was just gonna be a bridge, I think, originally. And then I was like, well, why would there be a bridge here? If there's... I didn't want to put the keep here. I wanted to put it in the corner because that's where I designed it to be originally. So I'm like, the barracks. It's a good place to like see everything. It gives a good reason, and it's high ground, so if it's like equal match with the keep, then it makes it very easy to deploy all the soldiers if they need to go. And I don't really go here very often, but again, you get a really good view from up here. So if there were, say, a siege to come around, then you get a good view of it, and then you could just get all your buds and have a few beers before they come in, because they're going to take a lot longer than you think. I don't even know what it looks like in here. Well, that's terrifying. Going through here, and you think you might be in the home run now? Oh no, yet another foolish area to drop your glasses, apparently. Another foolish area to die at. Oh goodness. Oh no. Arrow slits there. An arrow slit there. That looks more like a cannonball fit if I could actually focus on it. And then an arrow slit there. And you've got walls all around you too. If you are on the other side and you want to like skip all of that, then you could just hide under here and murder holes. Oh no, you've really been boned from every angle. If you get into here, there's two doors on either side and more murder holes. Oh man. You somehow make it through all of that. Guess what? Another arrow slit. An arrow slit over there. Arrow slits the wazoo, out the wazoo over there. That is purposely the wrong flower. I just really wanted that flower there. I thought it looked nice. I thought if it was the lavender, it would just like sort of throw off the boxiness of that sort of build, and I really liked that boxiness. More arrow slits there. This is finally the chance where you can go in there and take this area. And then you think, oh man, we're finally on the home stretch. We took this area. This has got to be the last gatehouse. We can finally go up to any other walls. Joke's on you. Because if you go all the way over here, I need to remember that there's a run button. I recently figured that out. There's another gatehouse. and they will shoot you. And so you go through here. I think there might be murder holes up top here. Yep, nice, more murder. You come all the way out here. You're like, where do we go? How do we take this gatehouse? If you're thinking like that, most sieges you'd probably just be running. But honestly, I designed it so if you do get to this point and you just decide, you know what, we're going to keep pushing on, and you've made it through all of those things already, you kind of deserve the city, honestly. Castle's right there. You just take a left. Take a left, you go in. Take a right at Albuquerque, possibly certain doom. You take a right at Albuquerque, you go through here, and this is the final gatehouse I think you can possibly take. But beyond that, it's just some more walls. So you go up here, take those walls, maybe take the barracks, but you'd have a hard time fighting the barracks. Maybe you'd lock them in or something. Is this made out of stone? You get really hot fire and burn the stone. I don't know if you can figure it out. And up here, you see the most wealthy thing of all, the barn. That's a barn. That's a farmer's house. That's the hello. Aww. Hello. Why are you mooing? You're a sheep. Oh, that was a barn. Never mind. Yeah, that's the farmer's house. That's the barn, and that's the little sheep house that they never sleep in. But that's fine. That's fine. Hello. Yes. And yeah, I thought it would just be nice to have a lot of the provisional stuff up here, because if you don't have it up here and say it doesn't become a siege, but more like a locking everybody inside until they all starve or dehydrate to death or die of dehydration. Is there? I don't think there's an equivalent of starve to death for water. You thirst really hard. It's better to have these things up. Speaking of those types of things, we have a water area over here. Again, they don't have wells or the ability to move water yet, I don't think. But I actually like the way this came out, this little water house here. I really, really like the way it looks. So if they do add wells, I might still just build it like this, because I do like sort of the industry of their utilitarianism here. I think it feels bulkier, it feels like there's more going on in the city, and it kind of fills out area. Although there's not that much area to fill at the moment. Again, what is going on with these vines? That just looks... I don't even know. At first I thought it looked like a tiger, and now it doesn't even... Over here's a church. Check out this church. This is a high-class church. This is the royal church. I think it looks pretty neato. I keep seeing my friends going online. I hope that my capture device isn't capturing that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is the church. Look at that. Oh, back here, a lot of stained glass windows and stuff. I spent a long time working on that. I wanted these flower pots. I thought it looks really nice. And then if you come up here to their bell tower, you can notice that there's no bell, but there's a hatch and a lamp. I mean, I don't know what you want from me. There's not much in the game. Over here, intentionally designed banners. Each one has a different symbol. We got the lavender, we got the sun, we got the moon, we got the bird with the crown. I imagined that there was 4 royal families here at one point. I think this one was the first one to go, and you'll see that later on with more lore. But, you know, these are the little things that you can add to your worlds to get it a little bit more fun, add a little bit more intentionality to this. This is the castle. There are only 2 real views of the castle because internals don't exist. So if we come up here, you can see some really neato walkways. I like to imagine that they survey around here just to look at the city and be like, ooh, that's a pretty city. We own that city. Mwahaha. And up here is where I imagine maybe the daughters of the royals can look out on the city and be like, wow. Oh, no. Braved? No. I wanna go where the people are. Yeah, that sounds right. And directly below that is the Royal Garden. I spent honestly not that much time on here. I think it looks really, really gorgeous. I am surprised at how well it came out. I wanted it to be like sort of ruined, but not totally ruined, and sort of kept, but not totally kept, you know? I think it came out well. Again, the banners. Here's the lavender. There's the sun. Where's the moon? Is this the one, the moon? Yep, that's the moon. Sorry, I'm like walking over lamps. And, that's so curious. There's a sheep with a crown instead of a raven or a bird. I wonder what that could mean. It could mean that I have lore that you don't need to know about because it's my world. and I'm glad I'm showing you around. Thank you for coming here. Over here we have another water house just specifically for the royals. There's light down there and stuff. I like to imagine the daughters of the royals come over here. They just look over the edge and be like, I want to know. Oh no. Oh wait, no. I want to go with it. Yeah, that's right. Anyway. And the last thing to show you is that this is the only access to the towers which have been pelting arrows onto any alleged attackers, imagined attackers this entire time if they can't climb trees. And this is the only accessible part. So if you somehow got to take this wall, then you would have taken the entire kingdom that's been shown so far. And I think, again, kind of deserve it at that point. You thought outside the box, or you just have some mean muscles. I mean, you deserve it. And I think, again, just really pretty area. I really like how the roofs poke out over the trees over here. And I'll show it up from the sky once I show you this again. Boop. Awesome. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that neat? I like that. I think that's pretty neat. I honestly get so hyped about designing this stuff. If I just change my point of view instead of taking a picture, then yeah, you can get an idea of how thinking about it as like lines of defense has actually sort of created a natural city. It actually feels like a city that you could walk through and stuff. Not many houses. I think that if it were an actual city, there would be a lot more houses, a lot less walls probably. Definitely wouldn't be designed like this, but I think that it came out pretty well, pretty swell, pretty cool. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a like. If you want to see more, I'm sure I'm gonna play more Tiny Glade. I'm definitely playing more Minecraft, and I'm gonna be playing more Mori. So if you like any of those, come check me out again. And until next time, thank you for watching. I've been Typical Liam. Go play Tiny Glade. Until next time, goodbye.